Did you know the requirements of a valid contract? Do you remember the last time you entered into a contract with someone? No? Do you remember the last time you took a taxi, boda, or bought a Rolex? Do you know that you entered into a contract with that conductor, that boda-guy, or that Rolex guy? What do you think constitutes a valid contract? Should it be written by a lawyer? Should it be witnessed by someone else? Or should it bear the seal of a commissioner for oaths? If, like most people, you don't have an answer to these questions, this video is for you. There are a number of basic requirements for every contract to be valid and enforceable. These include offer, acceptance, consideration, legality, capacity to contract, and the freedom of contract. These requirements are discussed in this video. A contract is an agreement made with the free consent of the parties with capacity to contract for a lawful object and with a lawful consideration with the intention to be legally bound. A contract may be oral or written, or may be partly oral and partly written, or it may be implied from the conduct of the parties. A written contract may take the form of a data message, such as a WhatsApp message, or in any written form that may be accessible for subsequent reference, such as on a piece of paper, or an email, or any other electronic form. Under the Contracts Act, a contract, the subject matter of which exceeds 500,000 shillings, must be in writing. Offer. All contracts are initiated by someone making an offer to another person. For example, I may offer to buy a bunch of matoke from you at 20,000 shillings. Acceptance. In order for an offer to amount to a contract, it must be accepted. For example, if you agree to my offer of 20,000 shillings for your bunch of matoke, you will have accepted my offer. For any agreement to amount to a contract, there must be an exchange of value between the persons entering into that contract, otherwise known as consideration. For example, the 20,000 shillings that I've paid you for your bunch of matoke constitutes my consideration to you, and your bunch of matoke constitutes your consideration to me. Capacity to contract. For any person to lawfully enter into a contract, they must have the capacity, also known as the ability, to enter into a contract. A person has the capacity to enter into a contract where they are 18 years and above, where they are of sound mind, and where they are not incapacitated from entering that contract by any law to which they are subject. However, a person below the age of 18 may enter into a contract for necessities such as food, shelter, or clothing. Legality. For a contract to be valid, it must be legal, which means it must bear a lawful object and a lawful consideration. For example, if I paid you 1 million shillings to kill someone, that would be an unlawful object. If, on the other hand, I offered to buy your bunch of matoke with stolen goods, that would be an unlawful consideration. Freedom of contract. Every valid contract must be entered into with the free consent of all parties entering into it. Consent of the parties to a contract is taken to be free where it is not caused by fraud, coercion, mistake, misrepresentation, or undue influence. So, next time you enter into a contract with someone, we hope you keep these requirements in mind. This is legit, legal, simple.